This is Crossfire of Conscience, special investigative broadcast, broadcasting from the voice of Ambazonia International, a production of ABC Network 24 Radio Television. Truth in resistance, clarity in crisis, courage in freedom. My people, welcome to tonight's Crossfire of Conscience, the battlefield of truth, the arena where manipulation burns in daylight, and the sacred chamber where a wounded nation finally rises to confront a lie that was designed to break our unity and bury our voice. Tonight, we tear apart the deception flooding the internet like a poisoned rain, a narrative crafted in political darkness, wrapped in religious language, and unleashed upon a traumatized people to confuse the faithful and silence the oppressed. This is not just a lie, it is a strategy, and tonight, we dismantle it. First, the lie they are telling. They say Ambazonians attacked the Catholic Church. They say the people disrespected God's holy sanctuary. They say Catholics are now targets of the liberation movement. My people, this is the lie, designed in Yaoundé, refined by clerical collaborators, and spread online by those who depend on Ambazonian silence to protect their political relationships. But every video from the Bamenda Cathedral reveals the truth. No mass was interrupted, no priest was harmed, no holy object was touched, no church property was attacked, no Christian was targeted. The people confronted a diplomat, not a doctrine, a political envoy, not a religion, a man representing power, not a messenger of God. The protest was political. The outrage was moral. The reaction was human. The lie is intentional. Second, the manipulation behind the lie. This deception did not rise from the hearts of believers. It did not come from Christians defending their faith. It came from a machinery that has used the church for decades as a shield for political power. A political message was delivered inside a cathedral. A wounded people responded with their conscience, and within minutes, the regime's online engines twisted the reaction into religious extremism. This is psychological warfare. They provoke you, you react, and then they shame you for reacting. The goal is to silence Ambazonia and protect those who use the altar to launder political propaganda. We refuse to be silenced. Third, the role of clerical power in political deception. Let us speak the truth that others fear. Some clerics have crossed the line between spiritual service and political collaboration. When bishops attend ceremonies with those burning Ambazonian villages, when archbishops call genocide a misunderstanding, when senior clergy repeat the regime's talking points about unity or division, when church dignitaries appear at state house events while villagers flee into the forests, that is not ministry, that is political alignment, that is diplomacy in cassock, that is complicity in holy garments. And when political actors provoke the people from the pulpit, they must expect a political response. The church is holy. Their betrayal is not. Fourth, the weapon of division they are trying to use, the false claim that Ambazonians attacked the church, is designed to create fractures, to scare Catholic believers, provoke Protestant communities, confuse moderates, and split the liberation movement along lines of faith. But Ambazonia has never attacked Christianity. Ambazonia has never targeted Catholics. Ambazonia has never declared war on faith. Catholics are Ambazonia. They fight in the struggle. They pray for the struggle. They bury their dead in refugee camps. They carry the weight of war on their shoulders every day. The people of Bamenda did not protest Christ. They protested manipulation. Let nobody twist that truth. Fifth, the false call for unity that demands silence. Suddenly, online voices rise. Respect the church. Stay calm. Move on. Do not embarrass yourselves. But where were these voices when Ambazonian villages were set on fire? Where were they when priests were kidnapped by regime militias? Where were they when 9 years of massacres passed without a single official condemnation from Rome? Their unity is one-sided. Their peace is conditional. Their calm is a weapon of control. They want Ambazonians to be silent, while clerical collaborators remain loud and untouched. Crossfire of Conscience rejects that demand. Sixth, sacred spaces do not silence sacred truth. When a diplomat uses the house of God to sanctify political deception, the sanctuary becomes a courtroom of conscience. The people have the right and the duty to speak. Church walls do not imprison truth. The altar does not silence the wounded. Stained glass does not mute justice. God does not demand silence from the oppressed. Christ confronted power, even inside the temple. Truth does not bow to ceremony. What happened in Bamenda was not sacrilege, it was conscience in motion. Sacred spaces belong to God's people, not to those who misuse them. Seventh, the real conflict is against collusion, not Christianity. Ambazonians honor Catholicism. Ambazonians respect Christian fellowship. Ambazonians defend mission schools and hospitals. But Ambazonians also see when clerics step into the arena of political betrayal. The struggle is not against the church. The struggle is against those who weaponize the church to shield political oppression. The people confronted deception, not faith. They confronted manipulation, not doctrine. They confronted political misuse of sacred authority, not Christianity. This distinction is powerful, and Ambazonians understand it. Eighth, a new fearless generation has been born. The Bamenda Cathedral moment did not divide Ambazonia, it awakened Ambazonia. A silenced people rediscovered their voice, bold, clean, righteous, and unstoppable. For years they were told to whisper. For years they were told sacred spaces belong only to certain voices. For years they were told to respect silence while enduring horror. Today they speak without fear. Today they stand without apology. Today they refuse to be controlled by guilt or intimidation. Faith remains sacred. Truth remains sacred. The people remain sacred. But complicity, whether in uniform, in government office, or in clerical robes, will never again hide behind religion. This is Crossfire of Conscience. Broadcasting from the voice of Ambazonia International, a production of ABC Network 24 Radio Television, Truth in Resistance, Clarity in Crisis, Courage in Freedom.